A big thanks to EA for inviting me to this early access event to WRC. I'm going to be showing you guys a full run of the Monaco rally here now, as we have to kind of quickly go through things. I am limited to 15 minutes. So we are doing the Monte Carlo rally in the winter season, the longest rally stage, which is the first stage, and that is going to take up literally the whole video. We're going to be doing the WRC cars themselves, and we're actually going to be using the Ford Red Bull livery. We're going to jump straight into things here now so you guys can see as much as possible. Here's the different camera views in the game as we would be ready to roll here. But this stage takes around 15 or so minutes, a little bit longer, so I do have to cut out about 2 minutes or so of content to get it all in for you guys now. But this is your first look at the game. EA sent me over a code. A big thank you to them, and so far I've been playing it off and on, and it's quite a bit of fun. I'm recording this with the wheel, a Thrustmaster TMX, as well as I am on a 4090 graphics card. Now, with this early access version of the game, there is a few performance issues here and there, and a few bugs and whatnot, but the team is well aware, and they are going to be fixing those before the game launches, so no concerns there. One thing of concern is me hitting a barrier. I only made a few mistakes in this run, which I was pretty happy with, which you will see as this video goes on. But the really fun thing about this rally, and the fact that it's in the winter season, is it is actually a changeable conditions stage. It's really fun, and I actually had no idea it was a changeable conditions stage, and you're going to see the kind of surprise that it was kind of thrown at me a little bit later on. Unfortunately, I placed my webcam in a bad spot there over the stage length, so we're not going to see where I'm at for a little bit here. The AI is on the hardest difficulty, so you will see, of course, the pace that they have. You can't see it right now, but my pace was pretty on par with the class leader at this current portion. We jump a little bit further ahead to past the 2-minute point in this rally here. It is so crucial, as I'm not, the most familiar, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to rally racing. Not very good at it. I've played Dirt Rally 2.0 and whatnot. That's really as far as my rally game experience goes, but I found very quickly it's crucial to be listening to your co-driver. Of course, you have the co-driver stuff on your screen, but look at this. Now you're looking around, you see some snow. There's snow starting to build up on the circuit. We go a little bit further down the road here, now 4 minutes in, and the snow is getting heavier on the circuit, and now you can see it looks like there might be a little bit of an ice buildup on the track. This wasn't something that had really, wasn't something I had noticed quite yet at this point until right about here. I found the ice, and I also found a bit of a barrier, and you would see the difference in pace would dramatically decrease, because now you're just slipping and sliding a little bit. You are just trying to creep around the corners. You can no longer really push hard because you're going to slide off the circuit, and you have to back the pace significantly down. As well, another thing that I am aware that is going to be changing, the AI, the pace and whatnot of them are going to be changing, because there is a bit of a difference in pace right now in these conditions between myself and the AI, but it's already been told that they are going to be working on that. So nonetheless, just really now trying to focus in. My focus, you're noticing that there's no live commentary. This game, it requires so much focus to not be awful at it, and I felt like I was doing okay for my first full-length Monaco run, but the changing conditions was something that's really cool, and you of course can do all these circuits in this game in different conditions, or in different seasons I should say. Right now I'm doing the winter time, but I can do the same rally stage in spring, summer, fall as well. As you see me struggling a little bit there, just adapting to the ice on the track, and you can certainly see it's causing some issues. But if I did this race in the summer, we're going to have a completely different experience through this part of the rally stage than what we're doing right now in the winter time. So it's very fun, and I really like the season's inclusion in this game. We jump a little bit further ahead, 6 minutes in now to this stage, through a very tight uphill hairpin there with those slippery conditions, just having to creep the car through everywhere at this point. showcasing, of course, other circuits, and in the next episode, we're gonna do a bit of a mixture of different tracks and whatnot, and show off different cars, Group B for sure, and then the third and final 15-minute video that I can do, it's gonna be more of a career mode showcase and the custom car showcase. You can actually build your own car in this game, and I've dabbled in it a little bit, and it's pretty cool. So we're gonna be going over that in the final video. So those will drop periodically here in the coming days here on this Formula 1 base channel. But nonetheless, just continuing to try and survive basically now. Audio in this game, by the way, really solid so far, and the co-driver solid as usual. I definitely, one thing I'm going to probably do for the next video is turn the co-driver up. I have all the audio levels the same, and I noticed the co-driver is quite quiet compared to the engine of the car, so I was finding it difficult at times to hear what they were saying, and that was kind of forcing me to have to kind of rely on just focusing on the big blobs on the screen that say like a 3 left. So definitely got to turn that up, but nonetheless, a lot of fun to drive. I'm driving on no assist at all, and it's a very typical Codemasters style game, I would say, where basically it's kind of that blend between sim and arcade. It's like a simcade, like the F1 games. You can jump in and you can do a decent job with no assist basically here. So I didn't have the most difficult time, and I think of course playing on a wheel is quite an advantage for myself. I don't know how the game plays on a controller, so I can't really speak on that at this time. I probably won't even touch a controller when it comes to this game, and other than that, I mean, just really just trying to adapt and learn the way of rally as quick as I can. Rally is such a crazy motorsport, so dangerous of course, and it doesn't, you don't really feel that in the game of course, but you realize just how much focus is required just by playing the game. It is absolutely insane. I've never been so quiet while playing a game in my life. However, speaking of going quiet, I'm going to be quiet right here, and I'm going to spend about 30 to 45 seconds letting you guys just listen to the raw game, and as well me working the throttle and whatnot. So I'll see you guys here momentarily.
80. Brake, slide right, tightens 1, half long, into 2 left, half long, tightens. Half long. 5 left, 80. Slowing, 1 left, opens. 50. 2 right, tightens, double cut. 60. 5 left, very long. 80.
I really do dig the engine sounds in this game. It is really slick here. We're past the halfway point now, well past the halfway point in this stage here. And you can see now the difference between myself and the class leader. They're kind of pulling away a little bit. One thing that's cool in this game is the AI can have errors and whatnot, so they can have things go wrong with their cars. One team had tire failures, actually. Tire punctures, I should say, and they ended up behind me on the leaderboard. So one thing I would like to see, and I don't know if it's going to be maybe present in the final version of the game or not, is say, you know, those cars have issues, they are actually on the track, so like you come up on them and you pass them would be kind of cool. But here's a mistake right there. Yep, that was not what I wanted to do. Just completely misjudged that, and maybe wasn't paying full attention to what the co-driver was telling me. I went over the crest there and just completely caught off guard. But let me know down below what you think so far of everything. The visuals, I know I've seen some comments that it doesn't look like a very impressive game visually. I think it looks fine personally. You know, it's not the best thing in the world, but I think it holds up pretty well. I actually really enjoy the visuals of this WRC game, but so far a really good experience on my side from things. Now, I haven't really had history playing rally games, like I said, so I can't speak on, you know, past experience that lead into my experience for this game. Of course, the only other one I've played is Dirt Rally 2.0, and I was pretty bad at that game, by the way, so I was pretty happy with how I was doing so far here. There's a few mistakes here and there, but really the thing is that I've learned as a slide there to the left side, nearly getting up on the banking, but it's really just focusing in on what that co-driver is telling you. If you can just listen to what they're telling you, you're going to be in pretty good shape here now, because obviously they're not going to tell you anything wrong, so you just take what they tell you, you take that input, and you put that input into yourself, into your steering wheel, and you're going to be in pretty good shape. A slight hit there, actually a pretty good hit on the fencing there on the right. I made one big mistake late in this race, which you will see, but other than that, it was relatively mistake-free for about a 15-16 minute stage. So you can see going through the downhill section now. So the final stages, of course, in the beginning we work our way uphill. On the end, we start going back downhill, but these conditions stay at this point right until the end of this rally. I have driven the other cars in the WRC class that we saw. There's only 3 cars to choose from, but I've stuck with the Ford, and that's mainly because when I was showing you guys at the beginning of the video the different camera views, I just find that the dash cam here is the best for me in the Ford, so I just kind of rolled with that. A lot of camera views to choose from. I like what they did, and I also like that they have 3 different cockpit views to choose from. They got, of course, right up on the dash, which is right by the limiter lights, or the rev limiter lights, and then of course they have this camera, and then they have the one a little bit further back with the steering wheel. I prefer this one, and I'm actually a big fan of this kind of camera included with this WRC game. A view that I would definitely like to see included in a lot more of racing games. Now, a roof camera would be cool. You don't see roof camera angles a lot, which is surprising in racing games anymore. That was one thing I would like to see. You know, instead of, they got hood camera, but a roof camera. That's what I really want. That's one of my bread and butter kind of camera views. But this one, I mean, still does very well. But if you look over on the left side, you know, on the webcam there, you see me working on the wheel, and I mean, you can see it's really a pretty comfortable experience. You have to work the car around quite a bit, but I felt like with these deteriorating conditions on the ice, although the conditions were really tricky, it was overall a bit easier to drive for me because you were slowing down significantly more, so you're not having to just hustle the car and wheel it around. So you can see a bit of a high-speed moment here, diving down into this little downhill ice corner. That's some sketchy stuff right there, but we are still able to get through. And now we're in towards this final segment of this rally, and this is where things start to speed up a little bit here. The pace picks up immensely, but of course you still got to be aware that there's ice on this circuit, so it's very back and forth between pushing, backing it down. A bit of a slide right there. You're going to see me just hanging on for dear life at this point, just trying to not make a big mistake and crash the car. You can see a patch of ice from here. That's a good thing. I mean, with the visuals in this game, I mean, you can see the patch of ice coming, so you got plenty of time to kind of prepare for it, unless maybe it's around the exit of a corner and you're not ready. But you can see this right here, going to be a moment, a bit of a hit on the wall on the left. Overall, we got away pretty scot-free on that one here. Coming up to these final moments of this stage, and you're going to see the mistake I make towards the end here in just a few moments as well. And it was pretty embarrassing just going off track here. But now really trying to hustle it, because I know we're coming to the end. You get through this little thing that's, I don't even know what to call it, the prop. But we get quite high speeds right there. If this was a dry surface right now, we would be absolutely flying through this section of a racetrack. But we're in the winter season. It's a totally different scenario. Here's the mistake. Yep, right off. That was it. We fortunately don't destroy the car, get a nice reset, and we continue on to these final couple of moments to finish off this event here. Now, and here we go to the finish right here under the sign. Boom. It's what, a little over 15 minutes. We do take a 9-second penalty as well. Overall, though, a lot of fun. A lot of fun to play this game, and even if you're inexperienced with Rally, I mean, you just saw me come into this game with 0 assists and basically no experience in Rally, and hold my own pretty well aside for some mistakes. It was raining, it looks like, as well during this stage as we continued to go through it, but there you can see, I forgot to turn the camera off here. Oh, there we go. Look at that, actually. But yeah, we were P12 in the standings. We only beat one car, but you don't really look at the AI too much because there's going to be some changes done to them. But we were P12 in this stage here. And this is when I realized you see the notes section. That's where you can actually see issues for other cars and what they dealt with throughout the race. And they got a nice variety of them as well. You can see stalled on start line, engine misfiring, severe clutch slipping. Miu, it was a damaged exhaust, minor body damage, wheel wobbling, blown tires for the guys in last. But that's the first look at a full stage length. I wanted the first video to be like a full length stage for you guys to kind of get an idea of maybe the changeable conditions, what you can expect. In the next one, we're going to do a variety of things, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Let me know down below what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.